Give us kind of a scenario of a really bad situation that you've been in, whether it's in this tournament or the past tournament, where what is the process that you have to go through? Because it's easy to say, well, leave the conscious mind in the locker room, and you're I can't remember who it was at maybe it was the British Open, where you had a guy who had a lead. It was a very, very famous tournament and a very famous case study on golf psychology. He had a huge lead coming into the final round, and the last several holes, he was in the water. His pants are up, and he's trying to hit it out. Yeah. He took too much risk, and the whole game fell apart, and he lost. And I think you even interviewed somebody a couple of years ago at Evergreen Society who lost the Masters, who was coming in with a strong lead, and it was almost unstoppable, but mentally fell apart. Can you tell us maybe some of those situations, whether it's maybe falling apart, but also when you've been in a really tough situation, you were able to get to the other side and kind of leave it behind you?
Okay, I can just go back to the tournament in Chattanooga back in August. And the way it works is at the U.S. Amateur or the U.S. Senior Amateur is there are 2 days of stroke play. So we start with 156 players on one golf course, and everybody keeps their score for 2 days. And they take the top 64 players after 2 days into match play. So I have not played a golf tournament all year. Now, most of the people I'm playing against are guys who play a lot of golf tournaments. But I work for a living, as we've said. And I don't play a schedule of tournament golf, really. So going into the tournament, I didn't really know how I would do. I mean, I had to qualify for it, which I did. It was a one-day qualifier, and I had 6 weeks to get ready. I was a little insecure about how I was going to do. But when I talked to Bob Rotella about a week before the tournament, he told me, and I've known him for years. He rarely tells me something I've never heard before, and I'm not sure this was new, but it resonated with me. And he said, the only thing you're going up there to do, up to Chattanooga to do, he goes, is to win the battle with yourself. He said, you're not there to shoot a certain score or to have a certain result. The only thing you need to think about or focus on is winning the battle with yourself on every shot. What does that mean? It means committing to what you want to do. It means adhering to your process and accepting the result, not fearing a bad outcome. And so you don't worry about where the ball goes, and you don't worry about what you shoot. Now, that's easier said than done. But if you commit to that process, and it wasn't easy, but it did kind of relax me a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to worry about what I shoot. Like, if I go up there and play poorly, then I don't care. As long as I do what I can do process-wise to do my best. So now you're shifting away from the outcome to the process. And that's got to have business application.
And it's in the book too, verbatim. Yeah.
Okay. So when I teed off my first hole, it was number 10 on the first stroke play rounds. I have to play 2 days of stroke play. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not worried. Like, if I get up there and hit a terrible shot, I can accept it. But I'm going to do my best, and so that's my process. So I hit my first tee shot right down the middle, way out there. It's good. And I had I had my caddy, and he gives me a yardage to the flag, and I'm like, okay, it's a 9-iron. I'm going to aim right there. It's with a 9-iron. And I remember hitting it, not perfect, but straight, and it bounced up. And I had like a putt from me to you for birdie, and I made it. So I birdied my first hole. And then I make pars, and then go to my fifth hole, and I hit on a par 3. I hit the ball that far from the hole with an 8-iron, and I made the putt. So, I make another birdie. But I'm not going to sit here and think, oh, well, I'm 2 under. I'm off to a good start. See, that would be thinking about outcomes and results. I'm not thinking about that. Well, I go to my next hole, And this is one of the two hardest holes in the golf course. It's got water all down the left side, and it's got trouble to the right, and it's long, you know. And I get up there, I'm doing my process, and I hit my tee shot, and I look up, and it's going left. And there's no way it's not going in the water. It's going in the water. It splashes in the water. So I have to drop and end up having to make a putt that long for a double bogey. And so, you know, I'm okay, I keep going. Well, 2 holes later, I hit 2 perfect shots into a par 5, but the ball bounces over the green, and I hit a decent pitch shot up there, but then it rolls. The golf course is very difficult. It rolls way down. I'm still in the green, but I'm 50 feet from the hole uphill, and I putted it past the hole, and I have a downhill putt now, super fast, hit that past the hole. My next one lipped out. I made 7. I didn't even hit a bad shot, and I made a double bogey. So I'm telling the story because you asked the question. Now I've just made 2 double bogeys in 3 holes. So that was a strong test of my mental fortitude. Could I do what I was trying to do, which was not worry about the outcome and only worry about winning the battle with myself. And, you know, rarely do I make 2 double bogeys in 3 holes. Now, this is
I don't think I've ever seen you, Lewis, in my entire life make 2 double bogeys.
Well, I only hit 1 bad shot. I told you. So it can happen. And when you play in a USGA event, they set it up tough. So you better have your wits about you. But, you know, I said to myself, I'm only here to win the battle with myself.